Now, Michael Phelps still with that world record on lock here at the men's 400 individual medley. Jason Knapp, Rowdy Gaines, and our guest Chase Kalish, the reigning Olympic gold medalist of this event, who's hanging out, watching a race go on here in the 400 IM. It is interesting when we saw you at Worlds kind of talking about passing the mantle down. We'll talk more about that as these athletes come out here in this race. Elliot Rogerson from Australia, finalist here in Irvine in the 800. Jake Foster from Mason Manta Rays in Ohio, 5th at the international team trials of the 400 IM, 2nd in the 200 breast here at nationals. He'll be in lane 1. Sean Grisham from Cal Aquatics, NCAA finalist last season for Cal in the 400-yard IM, silver at the 2019 World University Games in this race. He'll be racing in lane 7. Baylor Nelson from Swimmack, Carolina, 2nd at the U.S. Open in December in this race. A future Texas A&M performer. He'll be in lane 2. David Johnston from the swim team in California. Again, 4th at the international team trials in this event in April. Silver here at the nationals in the 1500. It'll be lane 6 for Johnston. Kieran Smith, Tokyo Olympic bronze, the 400 free. World Relay gold this summer for the United States, and 2nd in the 200 free. Already here at this meet, 3rd quick in the heats in this race. Kevin Vargas with the Florida Gator colors, La Mirada Armada Club here in California. New personal best in the heats for him, just 2/10 behind the man that twice has been the 4th place finisher at the Olympics in this event. Matt Litchfield from Great Britain comes in here as the top qualified. And Rowdy, Chase, intriguing race here. You've got Litchfield, 4th in the 200 fly at this event. Johnson, we know, has certainly been close, and we get to see Kieran Smith, another performer. Focuses on freestyle, a lot like Katie Ledecky. We'll get to see what he can do as well here in the IM.
Yeah, I think we've got a good mix of different swimmers here. We got Jake, who's predominantly a breaststroker. Kieran's pretty good across all strokes. I'd say breaststroke's definitely his weakest, but he's going to put together a pretty solid race here, I think.
Max Litchfield in there before. You're familiar with that guy, right?
I've raced Max a few times. He's pretty solid across all strokes. I'd say breaststroke's probably his weakest stroke, but he doesn't really have a weak stroke. No one really does at that upper elite level. So this is going to be a real interesting one.
How difficult has it been in an event that maybe you're just a little off on to maintain that focus over 400, the shift of skills, the shift of strokes? And if you're not right on the focus, I think that's where you really start to have problems.
Yeah, definitely. When going into this World Championships, I didn't really feel great in the morning, and my fly was really off. And I kind of was at peace with it. Whatever happened. I was going to give my best effort, and I kind of laid off the front half, and then had one of my fastest back halves ever. So it's really about being in a good mental state, embracing the pain that's about to come, and that's all you can really do is be as solid as you can across all 4 strokes.
Litchfield and Vargas were in the same heat this morning and were toe for toe going at it. They are again alongside one another in the early stages here of the 400 IM. Chase, we asked a little bit about kind of watching here. Eventually you'll be watching for good. We talked about kind of passing down some of that knowledge to Carson Foster and some of the other young guys. What's that kind of passing the mantle to the next generation starting to be like for you?
It's awesome to see. I'm not going to put a date on how long I do the 4IM. I kind of surprised myself this summer with the time I win, and it might lead to a little more time for me in that event. But Carson's been doing an incredible job. He had an incredible summer. He's going to carry it on. We've got a lot of great up-and-coming IMers in this country, and you talk to Ryan, you talk to Michael, our 2 greatest IMers, our 2 greatest swimmers in our history, and we all want to see the U.S. succeed in that event, and I want nothing but the same.
You know, I want to ask you about the pain. You mentioned the pain earlier. When does it set in? I mean, when do you say, "Oh my gosh, this is really starting to hurt"?
For me, it's right off the backstroke. Usually at the 150, I'm
right
starting
now.
to feel it. The breaststroke is actually my recovery split on that. It's a little different for everyone. People pushing it out and kind of suffering on the breaststroke, and then the freestyle always hurts. No matter if the freestyle doesn't hurt, you're not doing it right. So every one of these boys will be hurting coming home, but see who can put together a pretty solid one.
Jason and I are laughing. That first stroke would be the most painful.
It's a long one.
It is a long one.
Right now, Vargas looking to pull alongside and potentially ahead of Litchfield here. Again, impressive stuff for the Florida Gator. Here about 30 miles away from his hometown in Diamond Bar. A look from overhead as Vargas inches ahead.
Oh, he's putting together a really good one. Good first 50 breaststroke. Really good swim so far.
This is a good position for him, too, because Litchfield has a great freestyle, right? And he should be able to kind of if he can maintain that distance, he'll be able to race him, too, coming home.
Yeah, if he could put together a freestyle here, he could be looking at around maybe 310 or so. That would be a great swim. Maybe he gets home, gets under, but he's putting together a really, really good swim here.
Sensational breaststroke performance there for Kevin Vargas. Can he make it stand up and freestyle against the two-time Olympic finalist in the 400 IM, Max Litchfield? Nobody else within range at this point. The young American charging hard here, trying to bring it home in front of his home state fan.
50 meters left to go, and Vargas, that feeling right now, you were there a year ago, right? 50 meters left, you've got the lead. What are you thinking right now?
Get to the wall. And he's got a little better tempo. I mean, he's coming home hot. He might dip under depending on what he goes on this last 50, but he's putting together a really great swim here.
Vargas, again, Chase Litchfield in the morning heats, couldn't get past him, but here he'll stay in front and win the national title in the men's 400 IM. The Brit ends up in second, and Kieran Smith comes home strong, as you would expect, in the freestyle portion to grab third. And boy, another personal best here for Kevin Vargas. Drops it again by almost 3 seconds.
Really, really great swim. Great breaststroke split. Great back half. And he swam a really solid front half there, too.
When we look at these replays now, what strikes you the most? That's the backstroke. Litchfield had the early lead.
It looks like Kevin's taking his legs out of it a little bit. I watched his breaststroke. He's got really good DPS. He's riding his kick really well. It kind of almost like it comes easy to him.
The turn's still an important part of the 400 IM, right?
Oh, absolutely. You got a bunch of them.
And then going into the last turn, the feeling's got to be pretty good at this point, right?
Yeah, at that point, the race is almost over and you can just let it all go. So that's probably how he was feeling. He had a good tempo, a good little kick there. So, and that's a great swim, really great swim.
Just missed being in the top 10 in the world. 4:11.3 is the 10th fastest swim in the world. 3 Americans ranked in the top 6, including this guy next to me, Chase Taylor.
Get a career swim for Kevin Vargas here in taking the win. Litchfield in second, Kieran Smith in the third spot, and Johnston in fourth. Our winner is with Kira. Let's go downstairs.
All right, Kevin, a personal best, a national title, all in front of a hometown crowd. How were you able to get it done?
I really love this pool. I've swum great in it since 2018, and every single time I come here, I get even faster. So
You're extremely fast, and something that's probably helping you get that done is the support system that you have over with the Gators. How special is it to swim with that program?
the coaches are fantastic. Teammates are even better. So it's really easy to go fast when you have a group like that supporting you. So.
And swim fast you did. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kira, Kevin, thanks. And also thanks to Chase Kalish for hanging out with us. Have fun down under.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Chase Kalish with Team USA at Duel in the Pool coming up later on in August. Rowdy and I coming back with more racing here from Irvine at the Phillips 66 National Championships in just a moment.